Parallel Precision, Lydney, and those who don't know, that's in Gloucestershire. Come see Elliot here. Hurco is your machine of choice. Why is that?
Flexibility. Being a job shop, we need to set things up quickly, get them out the door quickly. Hurco provide a great package within their machine, including tool setting probes, part setting probes, great features at the control to allow us to achieve those goals of getting things out the door.
Okay, now this machine, the VM10i, just talk me through a little bit of the specification of the machine, please.
Okay, so it's a 3-axis mill with X travels of 660, Y of 406, and Z of 500. It's 20 tool station, 10,000 RPM. We've got a few additional extras on here, like I've already said, the tool setting and part setting probes, and air blast for the machining of materials like mild steel and stainless.
Okay, now materials you're working, plastics through to...
We do plastics right the way through to hardness of about stainless steel. Our primary focus is aluminiums. I'd say that's 80% of what we take on. 15% is plastics, and the rest lies within the harder stuff.
Okay. Now, you say you're a job shop. You're looking at jobs from sort of one-offs to thousands off.
Yep. So we serve a lot of markets, including automotive, robotics, telecoms. Being a job shop, we do loads, but we do stuff from one-off prototypes right the way through to production of up to 3,500 components is what we do each quarter at the minute.
Okay, and just running 3,500 batch off a machine like this, not a problem?
Not a problem at all. We recently did a batch of 250 parts for the automotive industry. Just credit to the reliability and accuracy of the Hurco machine. Throughout that batch of 250 parts, which took 3 or 4 days, we didn't make one offset at all on the tool for cutting a very high precision bore.
Right, so just let it run and do it, work its magic essentially.
We trust it, it does its thing, yep.
Okay. Now, the number of other reasons why you bought the machine. I mean, you're familiar with the control system, touchscreen and everything like that?
Continuity throughout the workshop, running the control really. There's some great features on it, like tool numbering system, where you can have 9,999 tools. Each 1,000 number from 1,000, 2,000 upwards is denoted to a particular type of tool, and the following 3 digits denote the size of the tool. So 100 is a 10 mil rougher, and that's great working from programming right the way through to setting, because whoever's on the machine or whoever's programming the machine knows what tool is what number.
Okay, and that will give you continuity around the machine shop as well?
Yeah, it works great for repeat jobs, setting things up, identifying what tools are in your carousel really quickly.
And I'd just like to clarify on that system, it is very simple, because even I managed to work out some of the tools.
You did, it is straightforward.
You mentioned the tool system, which is fantastic, but the controls themselves, easy to use, intuitive?
Very easy to use and intuitive, as you say. There are other systems out there. We chose this to fit in well with the rest of the workshop. It's a very good control at understanding what the user wants. You don't necessarily have to know a lot of code or have an engineering background to be able to program parts to print. So it's also bridging the skills gap and helping us bring engineers in that can competently run parts through a simple manner of programming.
And with that programming you mentioned, well, running machine and programming, with this system you can interrupt it, and also you can program while you're running the machine. So 2 things there.
Yeah, 2 great things there. Interrupt is a fantastic feature. If we're running a one-off part that's already been pre-machined, let's say from the customer, we can't afford to scrap it. So we can start with a small tool offset, run the bore that we're trying to program, interrupt it, measure the bore, adjust the tool offset, and with just 2 buttons we can carry on the program from where it was running. And as you mentioned about being able to program a part whilst a part's running, that's another great time-safe feature. If we're running production of, let's say, 3,500 components, but whilst they're running, we want to be at the control programming the next job in line, that's not a problem. We can do that too.
So ultimately, this is, the whole package is why Hurco is your machine of choice. But we haven't mentioned, when you're buying a machine tool, it is a whole package. What about the guys who are providing you with support? Maybe if things should go wrong, or if you need some advice.
Things rarely go wrong, if I'm honest with you, but service department's there to answer any questions. Another great part of Hurco is their dedicated apps team. So if I'm or any of the guys are unsure of any features in terms of what the machine is capable of, let's say for instance tool breakage detection, if that's something we hadn't implemented, we'd be able to call the apps team, ask them how does it work, on the phone or via email. They can get back to us very quickly with a great set of instructions of if the machine is capable of it, how to implement that.
Elliot, it's a great overall view of the Hurco VM10i. Thank you very much. That's Parallel Precision and the machine of choice, the Hurco. Thank you.
Thank you.